Okay, so let's look at high intensity cold thermogenesis. High intensity means shivering. So for the average person, you'd wear one or the other vest or wear both simultaneously, be in a coolish room, guzzle down ice water, reduce the layers of clothing, depends on each person. Shivering, there are numerous levels of shivering. If you've ever seen our indirect calorimetry experiment, you'll see I was barely shivering. You can see some occasional movement in the arms, in the trunk, and I was still at a 300% boost in metabolism. At the time, at weighing 180 pounds, that's something like 140 calories an hour. Now I'm well over 250. You also notice that I wasn't shivering constantly. I was interval shivering back and forth, almost like wind sprints. So you don't have to shiver constantly, and you don't have to be up at the high intensity level shivering. Now there are experiments out there, U.S. Army did, where they had people shivering up to 400, 500, 600%. They even cited an unpublished experiment where they had people up to a 700 boost to calorie burning from shivering. That would match the calorie burn numbers of pretty much any exercise. So you can get huge calorie burn numbers with shivering. But you don't have to do this at all or that often, just occasionally, strategically. And as we said, each level incorporates the processes and benefits of the level below it. So low and moderate are included in high intensity. So high intensity cold thermogenesis has the most pronounced effect on increased norepinephrine, decreased epinephrine, hugely boosted dopamine. Thus it's going to have the greatest mental emotional effect, antidepressive effects, effects that may tie into euphoria, blissful states of awareness during the sessions. High intensity cold thermogenesis can also not only burn off glucose, but really start burning off glycogen. Low muscle glycogen is associated with activating the AMPK pathway, we'll talk about in a bit. It's also important for those who are into low carb diets. By burning off muscle glycogen, you can more quickly enter ketosis. Burning off glucose and depleting muscle glycogen can help with carb refeeds. By emptying out your glycogen when you do your cheat meal, your carb refeed, most or all of that will go to refill the muscle glycogen, not be stored as fat. This can also help with hormonal rebound, so to speak. Hunger hormones like leptin. Well, when you eat carbs for a refeed cheat meal, it helps rebalance those hormones, reduces hunger, increases energy metabolism. Finally, glycogen depletion can help with athletes because it allows for supercompensation, which means that when you do eat your carbs, your junk food, you actually top off your muscle glycogen levels higher than what they were to begin with. So if you time that with the gym, the athletic field, you can have a great workout. High intensity cold thermogenesis has been shown to increase the hormone adiponectin. In animal models, adiponectin has been shown able to increase resting metabolism, resting calorie burn, without increasing hunger. It's also been shown able to help control blood glucose levels, increases the GLUT4 receptors on your muscles, pulls glucose out of your bloodstream and your muscles, be burned for fuel, generate heat. Adiponectin has also been shown able to induce autophagy, destruction of cancer cells, specifically breast cancer cells and prostate cancer cells. And adiponectin has been shown able to directly induce mitochondrial biogenesis. More on that in a bit. Another hormone increased by high-intensity cold thermogenesis is the hormone irisin. Irisin has been shown able to induce the browning of white fat to what is then called beige fat. So the regular chub fat, the white fat in your stomach, hips, wherever, irisin can help turn that into beige fat where it incorporates mitochondria and actually can burn energy. Irisin's also been shown to lower myostatin. Myostatin limits or reduces muscle growth. So in theory, by engaging in high-intensity cold thermogenesis, you increase irisin, reduce myostatin, and allow for bigger, stronger muscles. Like adiponectin, irisin also increases glucose uptake into muscles and brown fat. Interestingly, irisin has been shown able to potentially increase telomere length. Telomeres are the ends of DNA, and longer telomeres are associated with longevity. There's quite a bit of research showing that high-intensity cold thermogenesis can reduce inflammation, systemic inflammation. This has been shown to have all sorts of potential health benefits, as well as decreasing the symptoms of things like arthritis. This also correlates with increased antioxidant production like glutathione. Keep in mind that high-intensity cold thermogenesis, by reducing that systemic inflammation, could have a negative impact on certain types of exercise. That's because strength training, resistance training causes micro trauma to the muscles. That's inflammation. Your body adapts, gets bigger and stronger. Well, if you're reducing systemic inflammation with cold thermogenesis or NSAID painkillers or possibly super doses of antioxidants, you could reduce that inflammation and reduce the positive adaptations. Another cool benefit of high-intensity cold thermogenesis is its positive effects on mitochondria. Mitochondria, the powerhouses of the body, if you heard in school, they produce something like 80% of our energy. But as we age, get older, get sick, our mitochondria become less efficient, burn less energy, produce free radicals. Free radicals associated with tissue damage, DNA damage, and eventually cancer cells. High-intensity cold thermogenesis via adiponectin, irisin, AMPK can induce what's called mitochondrial biogenesis, which means produce more mitochondria. The mitochondria are stronger, more robust, more efficient, produce less free radicals. And finally, high-intensity cold thermogenesis can help activate AMPK. That's adenosine monophosphate kinase, a process of cellular cleanup. When your body detects low ATP, low energy stores, whether from fasting, exercise, or cold thermogenesis, or a combination, it kicks on AMPK, which induces cellular cleanup. Autophagy, tearing down old defective cells, reproducing healthier cells like mitochondrial biogenesis. So that includes high-intensity cold thermogenesis, wrapping up low, moderate, and high-intensity cold thermogenesis, light chill, through pre-shiver, through actual shivering, effects, benefits, processes. Now let's look at how to achieve and move between the various intensity levels.